Guys, the biggest wildlife news. I mean, the biggest wildlife news in the world coming out today, yesterday, I guess. Today. Joe Exotic.
Uh-oh.
Is he getting pardoned or not by the president before he leaves office? What do you think?
All over the news.
What do I think?
Yeah. Is he going to get pardoned? You know, the election's tomorrow. Like, what's happening? Is he going to get pardoned? Is he not? You know?
Well, the election happened in November.
Sorry, not the election, the inauguration. Relax. You know what I mean.
I
We're down to the
think
wire here.
that's-
Trump's letting go, like, rappers and all kinds of shit. Is what's happening with Joe Exotic? That's what the people want to know. Sorry,
I would
Patrick.
like to think that our sitting president on the transition to the new president would have other things that he wanted to get buttoned up to make it a clean handoff. I mean, think about just at our shitty jobs how important a handoff would be to someone who's taking over for you if you're leaving in the middle of something. Pretty fucking important.
Yes.
So
Indeed.
pardoning a boob that ran an illegal zoo and euthanized exotic animals illegally and tried to murder his competition, I don't think that should be at the top of his list. I'm going to vote no.
Okay, so let me add this tidbit, Retep. Before you say a single word, Joe Exotic's lawyers released a statement to say, and I quote, "We are 100% confident that Joe will be receiving a presidential pardon. 100% confident." What do you think?
Okay. Well, I mean,
it's a high percentage.
That's a big one.
That's not even 99. I mean, that's up there. That's very sure.
he's supposedly going to be pardoning a bunch of rappers and a bunch of other Republicans or the GOP, which is whatever. But the rappers thing makes me think that he actually might do this. So I'm gonna say he'll do it.
You know,
Fuck it,
I
why
think
not?
that's fair. Like they're saying he's gonna Little Wheezy or something. I don't know. One of the
Lil
face
Wayne.
tattoo, Little Wayne. Yeah,
Lil
like
Wayne.
one of the fucking face tattoo SoundCloud rappers is supposed to get pardoned. You know, is
Theo
Joe
Ridge,
Exotic?
the OG? He's the OG.
Whatever, man. I don't know. Okay, I'm too old for that shit. But like he's getting let off. You know, they're gonna let Joe Exotic
Yeah.
off.
We'll
and
pull
I
up
bet
the
you,
picture of the parking lot of Joe Exotic's prison.
That's what I was gonna say. I bet you,
Oh, yeah.
you whoever you just said, the rapper guy, doesn't have one of those waiting for him outside his house to go home. Joe Exotic's lawyers are so confident they have a Ford 150 limo. I don't know what that is. Some terrible stretch
Dodge.
truck limo, right?
Yeah.
And a hairdresser waiting outside the prison because Joe. So I read about this because I just thought it was insanely funny. Joe Exotic he's 100% sure he's being pardoned. He's got the limo lined up and he's got a hairdresser waiting because he refuses to be seen by the public until his hairdresser has taken care of him.
Oh wow. Yeah, that sounds like Joe. What did he do again? Conspiracy to commit murder? Was that
Yes.
what it was?
Yep.
Okay.
Among
he
other
paid-
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other things too, yeah. He's in there. I mean, he's old already, and Will made me aware that he apparently has some type of disease that he might die soon. If this doesn't happen, he's very confident, and so are his lawyers. If this doesn't happen, he could be devastated. He might drop dead.
Well, let's call back to one of our earlier podcasts, right? When we had a cameraman, one of Joe Exotic's cameramen, who was there for years, right?
Yeah.
That was
doing
insane,
his YouTube
yeah.
show, and also worked on Tiger King, Nico. And
Right.
one of the things we asked Nico is, we said we're a little torn after watching the series because it's very sympathetic to Joe in many ways. Should we feel bad for Joe? And Nico, in no uncertain terms, said, Joe is a terrible man.
Right.
No
He's a
one
monster.
should feel
Yeah.
bad. He said, Nico said, I think it's funny that there are people out there who feel bad for Joe. He's essentially a monster. So let's not pardon him. Let's not pardon him.
I just think
Come
this
on.
whole thing's so funny. No, he's not. I don't think he's going to get the pardon. I mean, then again, I don't think. I don't know. Fucking, I have no idea. My political predictions are all over the place. I couldn't be more wrong on all this stuff. But, like, do you think. Does Donald Trump know who Joe Exotic is? Like,
Oh yes.
does he? Like, the whole world knows who he is. But do you think Donald Trump, it's even on his radar to pardon Joe Exotic? Like, do you think it's even on his radar to consider it?
I don't know because why are rappers on his radar? I mean, I don't understand some of the things he does. Like, who knows? They're pretty confident. Maybe his lawyers talk. But do you think Carol Baskin is shaking in her boots?
I just got an alert.
This guy tried to murder
I just got
her.
an alert here. Joe Exotic was not pardoned.
You just got that right now?
Yeah.
No way.
No.
Joe Exotic was not pardoned.
There you go.
Well,
there
Carol
we
Baskin
go.
can rest easy.
I think that's pretty. It's funny because I was going to say if he is released, we are having him on this show. But there we go.
True. Hey, by the way, okay, so here's a good question for you guys. Just real quick off the top of your head. Let's say they told us you can have 30 seconds with Joe.
Yeah.
Right? He's doing the media tour. What's the first thing you would ask him? Peter, go first. What would you ask Joe Exotic?
Did you do it? Did you want to kill? Do you want Carol Baskin dead? That's what I'd ask.
Okay. Forrest, what would you ask?
It's a good question. That's the way to phrase it, too, because he's not going to admit to it. Right. I think I'd just go blind rage and punch him in the face a bunch for 30 seconds and be like, that's for the Tigers, and just leave it at that. I don't think I'd need to ask him anything. What would you ask him?
I don't know because I feel like we already know so much. Like we know he euthanized tigers. Man, I think I'd just say like how many guys have you fucked? What's your number?
Yeah. How much meth is too much?
Yeah, like
That's
just
right.
something
If you
interesting
don't know.
about his personal life. Because here's the thing: we all wanted to love Joe because I think that it's easy to root for a flawed person because we all have our flaws, and it's when you see Joe, you kind of want to just give him a hug at first, right? Until it starts getting
He's a train wreck.
Yeah, and you feel like he just needed a hug. But I keep going back to something Nico told us, which was that when he was there, Joe faked cancer so that his mom would give him money
That's
Yeah.
right.
that he
I
then
remember
used to
saying
buy
that.
like antiques or something.
Dude, Netflix is so good. Now I've learned this, but before when I first started watching Netflix documentaries, they get you to believe the one side and then they flip it halfway through. So you're like, wait a minute, I'm an idiot. Like I thought like you're feeling bad for Joe, and then like they tell you all this other shit. They do that in their documentaries. It's like their signature move in docs. So now I'm always skeptical. I'm like, no, I'm not making any decisions until the end.
I don't
of this
like him.
documentary.
I don't like him off the bat. I know everybody in the room likes him. I don't like him. Something's up.
Right. Something's going to happen. Well,
All right.
he's
Well,
in there
that's
for the rest of his
interesting.
life.
So he didn't get pardoned. That's funny. It was right. I was like, today was the day. So it was like,
Yeah.
what's going to happen? So, all right. Well, there
no
you
pardon
go.
for Joe. He will
right.
spend
Still
the
out
rest
here.
of his life in prison.
We're
Where he
still
deserves
free.
to be.
We'll keep
Tell a
making
friend,
videos.
like and subscribe. We'll break down more dickheads in prison.
Good night.